What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? We got some great things to talk about today. Anybody that's in the room right now, there's about 8 of you. There's going to be a lot of people piling in a little bit, but how about each one of you that's here? You get special access. Let me know what projects you want to see some TA on when we get to the altcoin TA here in a little bit, and we will make sure to focus on all of you that are here early. We're going to be talking about some great things, some huge inflows. Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of a dip. How do we play it? What do we do? Now, before we get into this, again, as you guys are here, everybody rolling in, starting to roll in, I want you, there's 10 of you in here right now, and there's about to be a couple hundred. Let me know what coins you want to see in the altcoin section. I want to see your comments in the live chat below. Let's get this music going. Let's roll.
Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. SEC and its policies.
Everybody throw in those coins. You want to see some TA on. You're the early bird, so you're the ones to get to see which coins you want. Unless somebody super chats later, I'm going to cover those people that are here early.
Cowards when it comes to gas. I purchasing power just got cut in half. I sit back and laugh, open my bag, fill it with stacks and sats. Bitcoin, pumping, altcoins, pumping. I've been preparing for this. Can't tell me nothing.
And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality. We are hearing from clients around the world.
Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pumping. I've been preparing for this.
And I believe crypto will play that type of role as
Bitcoin, pump, altcoin, pumping.
We are hearing from clients around the world.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
Crypto, depending on how you think about it. And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a
Can't
flight
nobody
to
tell me
quality.
nothing. Bitcoin, pump.
We are hearing from clients around the world.
All right, everybody, are you ready to rock? Everybody, if you are here, throw a 1 in chat if you're ready to get this stream going. If you are feeling like you're ready to tackle this market will not tackle us. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all feeling good. We're about to break this down, so let's get it. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good night. I hope you're all doing well, feeling well. Markets are moving around a little bit. Let's not get frustrated right now. Let me say that again. We cannot be frustrated right now with price potentially moving to the downside. That creates opportunity. If you don't know how to create opportunity in your portfolio when the market's moving down, if you're feeling scared, follow us for more, because we are going to make sure that you stay on the right side of the trend. That's what this is all about. Now, we got to talk about a lot of things going on in these charts right now. I am streaming from home today. I got my lovely little line here because we are going to eat this market alive. Now, everybody, if you haven't yet, as you roll in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell, because we have some things we got to talk about. What's going on with the price? A bunch of stuff on this chart. Let's just make it naked, baby. So looking at this on naked, what do we see? If we turn off all the indicators as well, price action was indicating through all this still. Just looking at price action alone, like we might be having an opportunity for price moving to the downside. Why? Because this is starting to round out a little bit. In addition to it rounding out, what do we see? We've got a rising wedge here. But as I indicated yesterday, breaking these things down with you, we've seen a number of rising wedges throughout this bull cycle consecutively that have broken to the bullish side rather than bearish, even though rising wedges indicate a likely bearish move to come. So rather than be frustrated by this, let's have a plan. Rather than being, oh my God, it's not moving in the direction that I want. We don't cry, we don't whine. We say the market's going to do whatever it's going to do, and I'm either going to be prepared or I'm not going to be prepared. So what are the levels we're looking at? These are the levels that I'm looking at. Of course, we could have a very quick washout to the downside because remember, we have seen time and time again in this market, these right here, which is a signal to us. This right here, which is a signal to us. This right here also, which was a signal, and even this, which wasn't a wick. We're looking at the 2-hour candle. If we look at this same time period on the daily, Let's go ahead and double click on this side. By the way, everybody, if you're ever looking at the chart and you can't figure out, for instance, if this is way zoomed in or whatever this is, rather than spending the time doing what I just did, trying to zoom, no, be a pro, double click on this. It automatically puts you into auto mode. But see this on the daily, we got that wick. These wicks have been signifying the ultimate bullishness in the chart, with bulls really eating up this bearish attempt to the downside. But this isn't always going to be the case. At some point, we're not going to get a wick. We're going to get a follow through with price action to the downside. I am looking a little washed out. Let's get that proper color on my face. I don't know what. Come on, baby. Work for me. Oh, that's not working. It's all good. It's all good. So much stuff in here. All right. Now, there we go. Sorry, I was looking a little washed out. I wanted to look pretty for my baby boo-boos. Now, what's going on here? I guess it doesn't matter. We're talking about what's going on in these charts. At the end of the day, nothing has changed as it stands right now. We're still regionally within. It depends on how you draw your lines, your trend lines. Because remember, these are all regional suggestions. These are not absolute givens. These are not this absolutely has to happen. This is saying price has respected this level several times. In fact, we could actually even draw this out a little bit if we wanted to, like this, and say maybe this just didn't reach it and this was a level. In this case, we're still on it. So this is what I'm saying. When you see a price level on your charts, a trend line that you drew, it is not a guaranteed area that price will reverse, whether on a rejection back down or a bounce back up. It's just a regional level. What I'm really paying attention to here is right in this zone. If we get any sort of breakdown, especially if we get down, let's say on the 24-minute time frame, if we get on the 24-minute time frame and we see a rejection below the zone, which we're seeing an attempt of right now, and I'm not talking about this, I'm talking about actually price action making some space here and having a candle close. We are watching for the price action potentially coming back up into this. And what happens right at this juncture, this will give us a signal. If we break back, if we get held here for a second and then push back above this zone, find support and continue, then this was still as support. If we lose this level and actually have a couple candle closure or two and then push up into this zone and we see weakness in those candles and then the price action starting to roll back over, we're watching for a break of whatever this candle dip is, wherever, it doesn't matter where it is, wherever that candle dip closes and starts to reverse on the further subsequent breakdown, we want to watch for a break of that low. That is a confirmation of this previous support flipping to resistance. And if that's the case, what do? We have a plan. Well, first step is, if you ever go on a trip, what do? You have a roadmap. And I talk about this all the time on this channel. And the roadmap here is looking at key levels within the chart. In this case, yeah, we could do a level right in here. However, maybe this will be that sort of bounce wick that we were just talking about. There we go. But ultimately, I'm looking for a level, potentially down in here if we do start seeing some downside action. And it's going to be very telling to us for what's going to happen over the next couple weeks. If we do come down to this level and lose this level, it's signifying that we're likely going to start to make a run towards this further level down. Now, does this suck? It only sucks if you don't have a plan. This level down here at $61,000, some people are fretting right now that we may have a little bit of a pullback. Do you realize how incredible it is right now at these price levels that we may get a pullback to 61,000, meaning support, meaning the market has pushed way beyond this level and $61,000 may act as support? In fact, even if we lose $61,000, what does it mean? Nothing in the scheme of things, because in every bull market cycle in the past, we've seen fairly large drawdowns, and we've had 0 large drawdowns since January of 2003. Think about that. This wouldn't be out of context, even if the price action moved all the way down here in the short-term holder cost basis. And I'm going to show you why here in just a few minutes. And I'm also going to be breaking down some altcoins. Okay, I just want to slide through this while there's still kind of the early birds in the house. Everybody in the chat right now, this is your opportunity to throw in your altcoins in the live chat. If you're watching later, post 2 or 3 coins that you want to see more content on down below this video. Throw those coins 2 or 3 coins in the live chat right now. I have a list up right here. I'll get some of those listed in if I see a bunch of you posting those. You know what? I'll throw in AMP because AMP has been making some weird moves lately. Sol, we got to do Sol. You see those people that are paying attention, those people that are participating. I don't know why I'm doing an Italian hand right now. You got to give me your coins. Those people that are participating get the most value from this because I know what it is you want. So my call right now is for all of you to participate a lot more. Throw those coins in the chat right now. Spam them what coins you want to see some TA on, and we're going to be getting to those here in a second. Okay, Arbitrum. Okay, we got to do some DOT. I'm looking at all these, and we're going to try and get through as many of these as possible. I do have 2, not 1, but 2 private member streams in the premium Discord today. One with John Dalton, the legend, top trader in our Discord. He's been the longest OG there. He's all, we brought him on team. He's incredible. We also have a member stream with Joshua Jake at 4 p.m. calling out the next watch list for max gains. He did it with DeSci. He did it with several other projects on the BRC20. We have another list. We're going to be breaking down exactly where you're going to get those top gains. So my question to you right now is, what are you doing to prepare for this bull run? Yes, it feels like we're in the middle of it, but there's still so much room to grow. And there's still so many coins that have not performed yet. Some of them are just launching. And if you want to have the true max gains in this cycle, you have to pay attention to what is on the horizon and what we can do. Is somebody at the door? I don't know. Sounded like somebody's at the door. So everybody, right now, I'm streaming from the house. I'm bringing you in, baby. So every single one of you, I want you to look below this video right now. My birthday, my 40th birthday was this last Saturday. The biggest gift you can give me right now in the crypto community is hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, dinging the bell. Let's get it. If you don't know who I am, welcome to the family. My name's Kelly Kellum, director of BitLab Academy. We got some charts to talk about. So let's dive into it. 252 of you people in the room. Only 33 likes. I want to see those likes go up. If we can get this over 253 likes on this video, I will send $100 of my personal money out to one of you today. We will randomly pick at the end of this stream. We're going to do it in this stream because I want you guys here live and paying attention and engaging in this live chat. Now, my question is going to be right now, the first person that can write the word corn in the live chat is going to be the person that's going to win. No, maybe it's going to be something else. Maybe they win something else. So let's see who's paying attention. Now, let's go ahead and talk about what's going on in here. I'm just seeing, okay. Ooh, Justin W. We're going to have to do 2 of these as well. All right, boom. Just writing it down. All right, let's look at what we got to look at today because we have some great charts we have to cover. We're going to do some TA. We got to do Ethereum. We got to do Bitcoin. Absolutely. We're going to do some altcoins that you all called out here. That's why it pays to get here early. And but we have some things to talk about. Even though the price is going down, this is a healthy movement. We have to talk about what's coming. If you haven't yet, make sure you're giving me a follow here at Kelly Kellum, Kelly Kellam. And make sure you're giving BitLab Academy a follow here at Academy BitLab. And by the way, I do have a Twitter Spaces podcast that I do every Thursday called Crypto Answered. And that is going to be today at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So head over to my page and come and hit that reminder, join. We got some really great people. We're gonna be talking about some big things impacting the price and getting to 100 and why 100K is only the start. So let's go ahead and move on to what we want to talk about. Yes, this looks graphic, but I lived through it. It's not too graphic for you. This is me, July 2003 right here. And if I lived through this, then people need to stop worrying about a 3% drawdown on price and saying Bitcoin's crashing. No, it is not. Bitcoin is giving you another opportunity before the train runs away. Know that. In fact, we could drop all the way another 30% down to $51,000, $53,000, and we would still be ultimately in a very bullish setting. Yes, that's right. That's me. That's my body. I am not Humpty Dumpty. They put me back together again. So if you are thankful you have healthy body, mobility, life, and the ability to choose happiness through your actions each day, then hit that like button, hit that subscribe button and ding the bell. Let's go ahead and continue on. We got some great things to talk about today. Here we go. Bitcoin has just transitioned into the accelerating momentum stage. Are we going to get some dips? Absolutely. But where we're at on a macro basis shows us right here, the RSI on the 2-month basis. Yes, some of you get so locked into your 15-minute time frames, you forget that there's a macro signal you can read to give you confidence. Even in the face of a dip, we can see that we are setting up right now. We're breaking into that territory where in previous cycles, this is where the true fun really began. This was hard as hell for people that do not have strategy. Down here, down here, down here. You're still not confident there's upside potential because everybody gets so enamored with the bearish narrative that preceded these ultimately great buying zones. But we are coming into that level where we're breaking previous all-time high. You see this. It also correlates with the strength coming up. This does not show an overbought or oversold signal. People look at RSI and say it's overbought, it's oversold. You are misreading the damn data. RSI is the strength, the underlying data that's showing where the strength is at that price from the participation in that market and buy orders and how they're coming in. And there's a lot of data that goes into RSI. People say it's overbought. Okay, you can use it like that at a very diminished capacity for what this signal truly shows you. And when we're looking at it on the macro, in this case, the 2-month time frame, we're seeing that we're just now entering that period of time where we really get that ultra bull. That does not mean we can't have a 30% pullback today and this still be incredibly strong. In the macro, you're going to gain confidence. In the micro, you're going to gain the opportunity to take advantage of volatility, but you're going to be stressed as hell. So know that. Now, continuing on. Again, we got some great charts. TA, we're going to be doing here in a second. Elon Musk, this is big. Why? I'm not a big fan of DOGE. I don't have anything against it. It's just never been in my portfolio. But this is very big. Why? I'm sure you've seen this on every other crypto YouTube stream. The reason this is big is because this is one of those analog signals that we can utilize, that if Doge really starts pumping again, it's one of those legacy altcoin, meme coins. At this point, I don't even think of it as a meme because it's been around longer than nearly every coin in the market except for XRP and Ethereum and Litecoin. Been around forever. And it's one of those coins that people on the fringes of crypto are aware of. And if Doge really starts pumping, and I don't mean making 10%, 20%. If it really starts moving, or we see some sort of announcement that this is integrated into payments, that starts attracting those people on the fringes of crypto. When we start seeing retail really enter, that's going to be a signal for the broader market as well about what the participation and activity is happening. That's why this is important. You can look at the context beyond the coin. Look at the context. You will be served much better. Now, looking here, markets move money from the impatient to the patient. Right now, these little dips, they're testing you so that you will give your money away. Let me say that again. Right now with these dips, the market's testing you to see if you're willing to give your money away and if you're acting emotionally. If you're like, oh, it dipped 2%, it's crashing. You don't deserve the profits that are going to be made if you were to hold. And this is most specifically with Bitcoin. There's a lot of volatility in those meme coins and altcoins. It's going to be up to your conviction to be patient and to have a strategy is if you are the one that's patient and you're the one that deserves to make the money in this market. If you don't agree, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments and definitely follow for more if you want to make sure that you want to stay, if you want to make sure that you stay ahead in the profitable side of this market and not just donating your money to the game. Okay? Now, coming back over to what we were talking about here. This is what I was talking about. The hardest part of to do in the bull market, and this is true, is nothing. On the way to 100x, you'll have many 30% drawdowns along the way. Volatility by design, since you can't have the extreme highs by definition without extreme lows. They come together. This volatility is what we need in this market. And if you don't like the downside volatility, then that means you're being impatient, and that's already a signal you might lose. If you're taking losses because you're having huge drawdowns, that means it's a signal that you don't have a strategy of taking profits along the way. It also may mean you're married to that bag. The other thing to think about is, hold on. The other thing to think about, it is to think of a cycle like seasons or life. You have winter, the bear markets. You have spring, the first signs of life, which would have been last year. Summer is full of abundance, which we're kind of entering somewhat right now, but eventually the market loses balance and it must be pruned and we get back into winter, right? So let's use this volatility in the market and let's not waste this. Don't mess this up. Okay, Ethereum right now, all these eyes still, even me sometimes, we get so focused on Bitcoin, and I use Bitcoin as a signal because I trade a ton of altcoins. I hold a ton of altcoins, but I use Bitcoin as my signal as to what's going on in the broader crypto cycle. So even if you don't hold Bitcoin, which I can't imagine why you wouldn't at some capacity, or at least is where you're storing your money when you are taking profits in some capacity, Ethereum on its own is also doing some really big things right now. Ethereum, I even just said Bitcoin. Ethereum is also about to have an incredible run, okay? The EIP changes, which are all those different changes that they made along the way, the different upgrades that, now we just had Denkun yesterday. The EIP changes over the last few years have made it deflationary, which drives up the impact of demand. This is why inflationary and deflationary is so important. Do you have ETH as a blue chip in your portfolio? Why or why not? I'm curious. Everybody that's here right now, let me know. Do you hold ETH, or are you only in the fringes with trying to get those 100x gains with memes? Are you only in Bitcoin? Do you have an even split? Let's see what you guys are doing with your portfolios right now. And let me see, by the way, we haven't done it in a while. Every single person here, where are you tuned in from? What city, what state? And if you're a member, I also would like you to drop in a couple of those member emojis because I love seeing those flowing in the chat. So big love to everybody that's here. And Ethan Smith says, I do hold ETH instead of Bitcoin. Some people are using it as a way to gain more Bitcoin in the futures because ETH may and very likely outperform Bitcoin in the near future. It's happened every cycle. Do you have ETH as a blue? Okay, blah, blah, blah. This is what we're talking about right here. With a crypto quant, we can see this is the stepstone right here. This is the deflationary mechanism that's been happening, the burning that's been happening. So a decrease in the exchange reserves mean there isn't much selling pressure in the Ethereum market. If this steep downtrend continues, the price could go up even further. So you're having a proxy of having diminished supply. So even if you add no new demand, the diminished supply creates a compounding effect on how much demand, the effect that demand has on the market. So this is a positive thing. And we have the ETH ETF right on the horizon. We have to be careful. Maybe that doesn't get approved. But then we also had this massive upgrade that just happened yesterday, which we will see over the coming weeks, how that impacts not only ETH, but all these layer twos, Matic, Arbitrum, so on and so forth, Cosmos. There's so many different, we talked about yesterday, over 10,000 crypto projects built on ETH. Okay. Now, next thing here, this is what gives me confidence. I don't care if we get a $1,000, $5,000, or even $10,000 dip, even $20,000, because that's still at that short-term holder cost basis, because of this right here. As Cat Williams would say, this right here, this is what's going to make it get lit right here. Do you realize the flows into US Bitcoin ETF funds is not the only buying pressure coming in that's gone exponential? We haven't seen anything yet. Prices have doubled in roughly 1 to 3 months post break of previous all-time high in last cycle. So within about 30 to 90 days, we've seen a double in price on all previous cycles once we break the previous all-time high, which we just broke. And we're worried about a 3% dip right now. We may not get that doubling this time. Of course, it's a lot more monetary energy needed. But let's look at this. Look at how much more monetary energy is already here. And this is not the ETFs. This is the ETFs, this little shaded area. Yet the Bitcoin flows, the Bitcoin funds globally. Look how much higher this is. And we showed yesterday, if we scroll back on here, let me see, he just posted, he just posted this right here. This is the same thing without showing that small little blip here, which was the Bitcoin ETFs. you see where this is, where this was the ETF, spot ETF, which it would have represented much smaller little growth down here. But you see how high this is and where this comes in? These flows come in well after we broke. This was the previous all-time high right in here. It was right in here where we hit our heads up against then. The flows came in way back here. We've got these flows early in the cycle, and there are some debates, and we have to talk about this, and I'm actually going to bring that up in a second. So we're talking about all these flows. Everybody's so focused on the Bitcoin spot ETFs, but check this out. This is a list of crypto funds. Included below are hedge funds and venture capital investing in crypto and blockchain. The list contains more than 800 crypto funds. The U.S. is not the only people that have money in this market. There are over 800. Let me say this again. The U.S. is not the only spot where we're having these Bitcoin spot ETFs or other types of crypto funds. There's over 800 other types of crypto funds in the world. And we've seen a huge, this is why when we see this sort of chart right here and these ETF flows, these Bitcoin spot ETF started here, but this is a total network flows into Bitcoin funds. There's so much money out there jumping at the opportunity to get in right now, and we're just getting this market cycle started and we're pre-halving. Are you not bullish? Are you even bullish enough yet? I'm ready for downside, but the downside to me is an opportunity so I can ride the upside. I'm taking advantage of this with every single dollar I have. I am cash poor right now because I got it. I am so invested in the future of this space, and I'm so invested in my future using what I know in this space to ride this dragon. Are you riding the dragon? Let me know if you're riding the dragon with me. Now, 270 people in the room. We got 90 likes. Hey, man, we get that up over 253. It's that $100 giveaway. I might split it between two people so we can get two people winning. So hit that like button. A couple more things, and we're going to jump into the Bitcoin, Ethereum charts. Bitcoin and Ethereum charts, and then some of those altcoins that you guys listed, those of you that were here early, and we got some good ones. We got Cardano, BCAT, AMP, Sol and DOT, Arbitrum, DOT, I already said DOT, ORDS, and then a couple others we're going to try and get into. Now, let's get back over to what we were talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is just the Bitcoin spot ETFs. Does institutional buying pressure seem to be slowing down? Look at this. We had the little dip. And what do we see? Acceleration. How do we know it's acceleration? Look how much bigger this candle was yesterday. Things are looking beautiful, baby. And then we look at this. This is one of the most important things that I think everybody's talking about the halving. I'm looking at when the Greyscale rotation slows down or they change their fee structure, their management fee structure. That's a large reason why we're seeing a lot of capital outflows from Greyscale. So when they have capital outflows on Greyscale ETF, they also have to sell that Bitcoin. We've had over $11 billion worth of Bitcoin sold since January 10th, and yet the market's now hitting new all-time highs. What happens in that same sort of period? What happens if we're having the same sort of buying pressure from these ETFs, especially as foreign states and foreign governments are allowing different people and institutions and retail to also giving them approval to buy Bitcoin spot ETFs? Like we just saw in Thailand, we just saw in India. What happens if we stop seeing this reduction in the buying power every day from all these massive Greyscale outflows? Guys, I am so bullish on everything right now. I can't wait to get into these charts. Okay, we're not bullish enough yet. Another just incredible chart showing, just where we're at right now is similar to where this was right here. Obviously, there's so many charts that are just everything as bullish as it can be. Now, there is an indication that we could potentially have a top as early as December 2024. Are you prepared to change your strategy and adjust if needed? It may not be October or November of 2025. The market's moving very quickly. If we don't get any sort of correction, a large correction beyond 20% between now and July, I would be very heavily in the camp of having a much earlier market cycle top. So just know that, and that's not a bad thing. Just we need to be able to adjust our strategy if it is needed. Now, check this out. These scam coins are getting crazy. One someone just shilled. There's a 27 trillion in circulation, unlimited supply cap, only one node, 25% of the supply was minted in the last 6 months. 1% of holders down 30%. That's the US dollar. Crypto is not the problem. It's the solution for this debacle that our world governments have gotten us into. And of course, adoption. I just talked about this yesterday on the stream. Willie Woo brought up, he just reposted a chart he shared in 2021 showing this projected adoption of Bitcoin users would hit 1 billion by 2025. And we are, especially with what's about to come in the next 6 months, we're well on pace towards that. And what's that going to do to price once we have 1 billion or more people in the market? But let's talk about, if you guys are ready right now, if you're ready to see some charts, if you're ready to see some TA, if you're ready to see some breakdowns, let's get into it. Throw a 1 in chat right now. Ask yourself, are you just a consumer? Are you just a taker? Or did your mother raise you right? Are you a good person? I'm sharing free content with you. I'm sharing you some alpha. I would appreciate it if you would hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. Let's get some exponential growth here. I love you guys and gals and everybody, all you members that are here. I want to see every member that's in the chat right now. Drop a bull symbol, the bull emoji. Let's see it. And let's go ahead and talk about these charts. Let's do it. Let's get into it. All right. Let's talk about these liquidation levels first. Let me refresh this. High block capital. Oops. I did not mean to do that. High block capital. By the way, we have a new lesson that we recorded, Josh. I recorded Josh. That's a windshield wiper method that's going to be in the BitLab Academy. I may cut it down and do a version of it to share on YouTube as well. Shout out. Happy birthday, Bitcoin. Yeah, shout out to all the bulls in the chat. There we go. I love it. So what we're seeing here, okay, we had this windshield wiper was all the way up here, and now it's moving down. The question is going to be, how low does it go? Where do the bulls come in? We still have a very positive delta here, meaning this green. And if you don't know what that means, it goes from red to green to red to green. You see how when it gets very high in the green, the price dropped? And then once it came down, we created this spread, this negative delta, which red, and the price moves back up. And then we get very positive, and the price kind of sideways, and then now price is moving down. We want to see if we're going to get into the red here, which would be a good thing. It would give us opportunity to then ride the elevator back to the upside. As it stands right now, price is roughly here about the, the 70K, 71,000. Yeah, $70K, $71,000 level. And we do have a bit of substance down here with, this is starting to fill up, which is a good thing. It also suggests that we could come down here, use this as a bumper, clear out some of this liquidity, and then move back to the upside. If we do just push up from here, that wouldn't be out of the question either, because we have so much deep color here. If you're colorblind, it's okay. Where is the darkest color? We have most of the liquidity above us up here, which can act as a magnet. So what does this look like in the charts? And by the way, all of you BitLab members, and if you're not yet, look in the pinned comments and the live chat right now at the very top. It says free trial premium sign. If you click on that, it will give you a whole link. We have 2 member streams today for the premium BitLab members. If we come up here in the BitLab Discord, see 3 events. So we have 3 member streams. One's tomorrow, but this one right here is starting in a little about 1 o'clock. So as soon as I end this stream, I'll be jumping to this. John Dalton and I begin breaking down some great charts. And then this afternoon, 4 p.m., Joshua Jacobs will be sharing a super secret watch list for those next narrative massive game coins to get in, that with super small market cap stuff that we've sort of vetted and more likely than not is going to do well. Stuff that we have our eyes on. So look, we got 129 people. These are all private premium Discord members, and you can sign up for free 30-day free trial. That link is in the pinned comment. I'll just copy it and I'll repost it so you guys can see it, because some people don't know where a pinned comment is. It is in the live chat right now, and that is lab.bitlabacademy.com/Josh. It'll take you to this page. When you click here and you sign up, it gives you a free access for 30 days. As soon as you sign up, I would just recommend checking your email, because there's going to get 2 emails. You'll get one in your inbox, and for some reason, the main one you need to connect your Discord will likely go to your spam folder. There's 2 steps. Follow those 2 steps. If you have issues, email me at help@bitlabacademy.com. But as soon as you sign up, then you get an upgrade option, which is not a free trial, but it gives you the best bundled price that we've ever offered for the BitLab indicators, as well as the courses. And you're only gonna be able to get that through this and then that upgrade option. So take it if you want to have those indicators. Now it's time to talk about the levels we were talking about. It's time to get into the TA. Let's jump into it. Don't have a lot of time, but we're going to drop some alpha right now. So this is a main chart we need to pay attention to right now. It's naked for the most part. It has a short-term holder cost basis here, and it has a realized price. It's essentially this is a realized price of every coin that's in existence, that's in circulation, the average price the last time it moved. It's lower than the price because some coins have been held for years, right? And the short-term holder is only coins the last time that they've moved if they've only been held for 155 days or less. So those coins that are moving in volatility and being traded and being bought with no conviction, right? So what we've seen every cycle in the past, once we've broken above this has acted as support all the way up. And it's felt scary when it came down to it. But when you look at it in retrospect, you're like, oh, that's a great metric I can use in future cycles. So we are in that future cycle right now. So what does that mean right here? What is this level? Let's go ahead and look at it zoomed in. Boom, right here. This level is at $53,000. This means that with some degree, sort of high degree of confidence, we can say that even if price comes down to that 60,000, or 55,000 or even 53, 52,000 is still following a regular schedule of actions that happen in a bull trend. And this is ultimately a great buffer for price action to come back and test this level and then resume to the upside. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm just saying if we do get a deeper drop, we have a metric that shows us it's not out of context. Now, that being said, let's go ahead and go to the chart. That's why I have, see how it all ties together, baby? It all ties together. That's why I have this level marked, 53,700. Let's just call it 53,000. This is a rising wedge. These do tend to break down. We've seen over this last year, especially over the last 6 months, these rising wedges have broken to the upside time and time again. They do typically break to the downside. We have these levels marked out. We've talked about it. If I zoom in on this just a little bit, look at this strong selling power trying to come in. See, the reason I say that, the momentum waves are very deep red. That means not only is the momentum moving down, there's a lot of selling conviction, and we also have negative money flow. I'm on the 24-minute chart. Let me go to a bit larger time frame. Okay, so here we go. So we still have positive money flow on the 2-hour. We have the stochastics angled straight down. We have the RSI angled straight down, and it's lost this middle region. It's actually coming down here into the 20s. Let's actually get out to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, look at this. We are testing. We lost the 50K, a 50% region of. And what I'm doing is I'm looking at the percentages on the right to see where the strength is, the strength of what the trend is. When we're below 50, we tend to be more on a bearish kick. And now, not only have we lost it, we fell right through it. The money flow is starting to diminish here. And this is the most important thing I'm seeing right here is that we have the VWAP, the volume weighted average price is angled to the downside. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 6 very bearish signals on this BitLab dashboard here on the BitLab trading stack. Okay. We had bearish divergence here. I can tell because there's a line here on to where the price was. So let's go right here. So this is high, this is lower, this is low, this is higher. Price is moving up while the momentum is diminishing over time. We also saw right here, I pointed out yesterday, this RSI and this RSI, this low is low, this high is lower. So the tops of this, see how this is high and this one, next one is not as high? In the same time period, we had a high and a higher high. So price was moving up while the strength was moving down. And we have this sort of bearish pattern that had developed and we came down and now we've technically lost this lower support. So on first glance, looking at this, I'm looking at a potential of very likely testing down into the $67,000 to $69,000 range, which is not that far below us, but let's look at what the indicators say. If we zoom in, what was I talking about yesterday? We have the VWAP down here on the BitLab Trend Fuel that's showing you the movement of the VWAP. And then we have the VWAP, the weekly VWAP, this yellow line right here, that helps us identify, is the market playing a positive spread or a negative spread? Meaning, are they trying to play the money away and then come back for support? You see, throughout, see, once let's get all the way back here. I mean, look at this. It's just been playing this as positive support all the way through. So the positive spread, positive bullish price action is what was looking at. Here's a fake out, but then this called this really quick right here. This reversal was right even on this move, came back above support, kind of a little bit of a deviation here. And now we're losing it again. And we have an M formation and we are in a bearish rising wedge. There's a couple indications that we may be making a little bit of a move to the downside. We also just saw, and this is bullish, MicroStrategy still buying at these levels. They're not going to sweat a 5%, 10%, 20% drop. They'll be happy they get to buy lower again. So as it stands right now, on this 1 hour chart and on this 2 hour chart, this is looking like, and there's a lot of volume here, this is looking currently like there may be an attempt for a move to the downside, but we've seen a lot of fake outs. So don't just try to short or change your strategy because we barely lost a line. My strategy right now is, rather than doing that, because I'm doing more position trading right now to ride the huge gains over a period of time, I'm looking at this as an opportunity, a signal that I may be able to buy here. I may be able to buy a little bit short of here. And then I'll also have some buys that are down in this region. So that's what I'm seeing right now. Now, if this is a fake out, then the bullish thing is for us to reclaim this yellow line right here, this weekly VWAP. Maybe this is a deviation. Reclaim this and then move back above this 73.4, 73.5 level, and ultimately move up and clear that liquidity that we talked about that's directly overhead. This liquidity that's directly overhead, in which, if we do, the price action will very likely move fairly quickly up into the $79,000 to $80,000 region. That's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. Now let's head over to Ethereum. Ethereum, bullish things lining up, but we also just had a buy the rumor, sell the news potential event with the Denkun upgrade. People tend to speculate into a news thing and then take a little bit of profits. And this is what we're seeing. We called this the other day before it happened, came down, bounced right on this. Now, look at this. The fact that this did reclaim this weekly VWAP, barely made it above the trend signal line, came down, lost. That's not your signal. The fact that this lost, and then once this came back up, this rebound now is we have a low, we have a lower high that cannot clear the trend signal line. It works its way down, and then ultimately we lost the lows of this range right here. We lost these lows. That was the signal right there, because this was already trying to telegraph us. Boom, down, up. We have a lower high right here, down again. This is getting rejected at the trend signal line, so it's telling you the weakness is there. We see that also we have the strength is trending down. The VWAP comes down on the trend signal line, on the trend fuel down here, the oscillator. And on this rise back up, we have negative money flow, and this VWAP cannot get back above the zero line. Weakness. So on the break of this level, if you were playing the smaller time frames, that would have been the short right there. And this is coming down. If I had to guess, we can adjust this now that the time frame, the price has moved along. I'd be looking for a test down here into the $3,700 range. Great buy opportunity, I believe, if that were to happen. We get a deeper cut, then I'd be looking down here into this 34. We've been outlining this for days. I'm not saying it has to happen. I'm saying I have the map ready in case it does. Now, I would love more than anything, because things are so much more exciting when things are just ripping to the upside. I would love more than anything that this zone right here with this price action, let's actually move this down a little bit. Sorry. Right in this sort of zone right here, we have these highs. We have this bouncing on the inside. We have this bouncing. We have this bouncing on the top. I would love more than anything for this to be the barrier, that this becomes the low of this move and this bounce back to the upside, in which case we're going to need to still be curious and cautious that if this does come down, that we don't reverse somewhere like this, or don't even come all the way up into this zone, reverse and come back down. We have to play things one step at a time. Things are bullish overall, but they've also been so bullish on this, the way market cycles work. People have been wondering, are we going to get a pullback? And so my question to you right now, because we have so many new people here in the room. If you are new, let me know you're new. And also, I would love it. It would be my honor. It'd be my 40th birthday present from you if you would hit that like button and subscribe and join us here. And use that link that's pinned up in the comment and use a free 30-day free trial for our premium Discord where we're sharing charts, we're sharing signals, and we're sharing breakdowns, and we're doing member streams on a regular basis, keeping you guys in the know what coins to watch, what those new next gems are going to be. Because let's kind of look at this real quick. The last several coins that I've been sharing with you guys, we shared CeeLo. You know, I'm up 57% on this. These are spot trades. Okay, I shared the majority of these February 7th. If we come over here to quantity, here we go, amount, total, here we go. Near is one of those ones we talked about. Avalanche, Cardano, Chainlink, these are all the big ones. But then we talked about a month ago, a couple weeks ago, Aerodrome. We're up 157% on that. Stacks we talked about. This one's not moving yet, but I expect it will. We talked about Fetch and the AI narrative. This has been up 140% since we shared it with you guys. We talked about CeeLo. This is up 60%. Very small market cap. I expect this one will really start to perform very well in this bull market. We talked about ORDS, which I just got 2 days ago, which is why it's not performing yet. But this is part of that BRC narrative. Some of those coins that we shared a few weeks back, I was stupid. I waited until about 2 days ago to buy it. Josh is very deep on that one. Ondo, we shared Orange. Also, some of these I think are going to start performing very well. We got a whole new list of stuff, but we've been talking about all these. We've been talking about all these over the period, over this last, I started this altcoin portfolio in February and we're already ripping. These are spot trades. So that when I do want to do leverage trading, I still have my large position trades that I can, in case I blow up my leverage account. So we're going to be talking about that in the BitLab members stream today. This one right here at 4 p.m. The super secret altcoin watch list. So definitely get in there and join us. The link is pinned in the description. In the live chat. Now let's go through some of these coins you guys want to talk about. You wanted Cardano. I'm just reading what you guys want, baby. This is all for you. I have some of these coins and some of these coins I don't have. For me, it doesn't matter. All these coins and prices, they impact each other around the narrative about what's happening in this market. So let's look at them. So we did have a little bit of a trend line here. Let's see, let's adjust this. So that is irrelevant now. Okay. So we've had this broadening wedge. Let's get out to the 2 hour. We've had this broadening wedge. Things are leaning more bullish, but we cannot ignore the fact that this could break down here to this 64-cent mark. I'd be a huge buyer. In addition to this, we have this previous range that ultimately, if we broke down into this level, which is 65 cents, none of this would be a bad thing. We do have a trend line right in through here. It's going to be an ugly sort of trend line, but ultimately, we have the price action. It's uncertain right now because look at this on the 2 hour. Money flow positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. They're waiting for the signal because people are hesitant because we haven't gotten that major drawdown on Bitcoin. And if that does happen, the altcoins that you're holding are going to draw down a lot more than Bitcoin does. This is why people aren't just saying, until we really start seeing that follow through. And especially, I think this Sunday, when we get the weekly close on Bitcoin, if we're holding above 70 still on the weekly close, that's going to be a big signal to investors that the strength is here. So if we lose this level, essentially what I'd be looking at 68 cents, this sort of level right here, which we've also had a bounce right here. If you see what I'm talking about, option J. We have this rejection here and this bounce right here and this bounce here. So if we do lose this, I'd be looking for what happens at 70 cents, essentially. Do we get a rise, rejection, fall, or do we get a pause at 70 cents and a continuation back down here into the mid 60s? That's what I'd be seeing. That's what I'm seeing on Cardano. I have such high hopes for Cardano in this bull market. It's one of my largest positions in that altcoin portfolio. Now, let's see what else we got. You guys said AMP, which I used to hold AMP a long time ago. Huge move here. So these huge moves, let's turn off the indicators. These huge moves are inefficient. It's called an inefficiency in the market. Why? Because no price action was explored through here. So there's no way to know if this was a manipulation or not. So typically what happens is you have a big pump and then the bears eat some of it up, which they did. And so right now, currently, this is a bullish structure. Yes, because it is a bit of a bull. It is a little bit of a bull pennant or a bull flag. So you can argue that, oh, okay, the next move is going to be a move up here to 3.8 cents. Okay, it is going to happen. That's what some people say. I'm not here to tell you that. I'm not here to bullshit you. I'm not here to make you happy. I'm not here to make you sad. I'm here to give you data and how a professional person in this market reads this. This is possible. It doesn't mean it's guaranteed. This was a very inefficient move, very quickly up. In fact, if we look at it on the 6 hour, I mean, especially even the daily, look, boom, very quick move up. I would not be surprised. Let's see. Let's go back. Okay, so right here is going to be a level. Why? Because we see a shelf right here where price is holding. Why? We get a rejection at the same level. So it would not be out of context for it to come back into this level. Great. Is there any supporting evidence? Don't ever make a target without seeing if there's supporting evidence. So let's see what a fib is. Okay, on this move right here, let's go from the bottom to the top. Okay, there's a golden pocket roughly in the same sort of territory. And remember, this was, we can do kind of like this. Why? Because this is where the candle bodies are. This is where this actually tests up into. And look at this right here. We can see that the golden pocket is right well within this zone. So I would ultimately be looking for an opportunity. If you miss this, remember, you never missed anything. If you miss this, what you're doing is you say, rather than missing this, you go, okay, an opportunity may be arising. There's a narrative coming back into this. Let's see what happens. This is testing right now at the 382. If we ultimately lose this, I'd be looking at an opportunity because the bulls show that they're back alive here. I'd be looking for an opportunity here, not just buying at this level, but seeing as the price action moves down into this level, what's the construction of the data, the RSI, the money flow, all this. Now, if you are a bull on this long term, then you can just set a limit order and buy here. But no, especially with a big move like this may test all the way down here into this 786, which is 7.0072, 7.2% of a cent, or 72% of 1 cent is really what it would be. But I'd be looking at this right here. So we have the two targets. We have the level below, 8.9, and then this level above up here at 3.8. That's what we're seeing. Now let's go to the next coin. I'm just looking at what you guys are saying. Oh, we got to look at Sol. Who out there is on the Sol train? That's right. Are you on the Sol train? It's been ripping. It got crushed by people's narratives post FTX collapse and all that. But the tech is there. The community's there. They launched a whole phone. Had great press around all that, and all the airdrops with Bonk and all the other things that are going on with Sol. Are you a Sol holder? If you're a Sol holder, what price did you buy Sol at? Some of you may have bought the top and rode it all the way down and DCA'd in, and I commend you if you did that. Some of you bought the bottom out of data because you weren't scared of price, and I commend you if you did that. But if you did either or, let us know so we can celebrate you, because this is one of those coins that has been opening up this sort of doors, and it's on the institutional mind too, which is interesting. They clearly have some strong partnerships. So let's celebrate all you soldiers out there. That's what we'll call you. I'd celebrate you. So let's go ahead and look at some of the data here on Solana. All right, so we already have some levels. We called this out a couple days ago when the price was over in this zone, right in here. Right in here. I was talking about, actually, I did it right on this move with this rising sort of this bull flag, whatever this was. Yeah, we did a measured move out, and the target was right into this zone and this zone. And we're right in the midst of this right now at 164, 160, this whole target zone. The VWAP, you see, this is what I'm talking about. Positive spread, negative spread. This VWAP down here on the trend fuel pushed up, and on the drawdown, this held above the zero line, chopped around, and now is moving back up. So they want to play a positive spread, meaning they want to play the spread, push it up, bring it back to that zero line, push it up, bring it back to that zero line. So what does this look like on the BitLab intelligence? Let's see. Zoom in. So we're playing hinky here where price action, it's losing the trend signal line. VWAP comes down, finds support on the known support, pushes up. Now we find it. Look at this, push up, comes down, finds support on the VWAP, up, wash people out. Wick, this whipsaw. And then we get the reversal, positive reversal signal right here. Pushes up, support on the VWAP, support on the VWAP, support on the VWAP. We do have a bit of a wick here Excuse me, this is a daily candle. If this day closes like this may signal we may have a little bit of a move down to play that positive spread. Come back into this 20 moving average and this VWAP that will be somewhere in this $150 range. This is looking at the daily though, on the 4 hour. So you see, finding support. So if we can bullishly find support on 160, that's where the trend signal line, then we may just be forming a bullish pattern here to continue that move up to this next level up here at 214. If we come down and lose this VWAP and play a negative spread, then I'd be looking at a test down here into the 130s. Why? Because this is where we had this consolidation. And remember, if we're losing this VWAP, that means we're also likely losing this level here at the 147. But I'm leaning bullish. We do have a bunch of negative bearish stuff here, but I'm leaning bullish. Let's see if this turns into a consolidation or a breakdown. I see DOT. We haven't done DOT in a minute. DOT is one of those great projects. I'm very I don't have any DOT, I don't think right now. So shout out to everybody that's a dotter. So we have our previous range high here. Look at this, push up, test back through it into a known level. This is that box we have here on the chart. We got 140 likes. 140 of you showed some love to this free content we're giving you. Now this is pushing up. This is also, we have to note that this is sort of a rising consolidation, which can be bullish. Some people, we look at rising channels. We say it has to break bearish. Much like those rising wedges and the strength of that bull trend, they've been breaking bullish so far. Similarly right here, what I just be looking at is, okay, we are playing positive spreads. See, we're finding support on the VWAP, washout. Support on the VWAP, support on the VWAP, support on the VWAP. Got a rejection here on the top of this range. If we lose this VWAP, then I'd be watching next level down 1055. And if we lose that, then likely coming down into this $950 to $960 range on Polkadot. If we can break out of this, we got to look back. We got to look left on the chart. We can break out of this. Look at this. This is where we're at right now. We're testing this previous range lows. The next level up, I would say, is right here where these candle bodies are. We're looking at the weekly. And see, we have this bounce here and this wick that comes roughly about in the same region. I just don't want to draw a box right now. We'll just use the line. That next target is 1270, which is not that big of a move from where we're at right now. And then ultimately, I would say this box is going to be a determining area, the 1270 to 16. Because we have this massive bullish inverse head and shoulders or cup and handle or whatever. The target out of this would be much higher up into the up here into $20. But as it stands right now, I'd be looking for a little bit of a retest back down if we do get a move down. We do have negative money flow on the weekly still. We do have, look, the money flow right now is rounding, looking like it wants to go back down. There are indications that this wants to come back and test this level down here between $8 and $9. So let's be patient right there with that. Okay, we got 2 more, and then you got to let me go. ORDS, we got to look at ORDS. We just added this to our portfolio and that alt portfolio I've been sharing with all of you guys. So ORDS, this is where we got it. Green line. Oh, am I going to eat my words when this drops? No, I'm just going to stack into it if it drops from here. Josh was telling everybody about it over here. And that, from back here, that's a 283, 300% move already. But the BRC20, the Bitcoin layers narrative, I think is going to push really hard towards the end of March into April. So let's keep our eye on that. And if we do get dip opportunities, let's take opportunities if you like this type of project to take advantage of that. I don't know what I'm doing there, but if this sort of move plays out, which already this is not looking like a bull flag because this is now as wide as this was tall. So let's delete that. Even if it did, that would be up here at 6.9 cents, which would be a major move. So as this stands right now, I'm waiting for a move, zoom in. I'm waiting for a move that takes out this sort of zone here. And yeah, this is kind of, yeah, maybe it still is. Yeah, that target would be pretty nice if we'll do it conservatively from the bottom. That would still take us up to 64 cents, which, from these levels, that's a 200 and 300% move, 250% move from where we're at right now. And the narrative, I think, is about to start. So if this does lose this level, where do we go? There's not a lot of price discovery from before. We can put this level there just because it's there. And we could take from this move, Option F to the top. If you're on PC, that's Alt F, quick key, rather than having to come over here to the toolbar to come to Fibonacci retracement. You just press Option F on Mac or Alt F and then click once on the chart, move your mouse, click twice. That's the easiest way to do fibs. Giving you little secret gems here, baby. By the way, if you want more secret gems on the, on what do you call it? TradingView, youtube.com/@BitLab Academy. That's the YouTube page. Come scroll down here to Daily Alpha Pro Trading View Guide, free 12-minute video showing you how to set up templates, quick keys, how to really dominate on TradingView. I'm telling you, I guarantee you'll learn something there. And if you haven't yet, if your page doesn't say subscribed, hit that. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe. We got a positive spot. I'm teaching you some things. Let's do this. Where is my chart? ORDS. So this is the area I'd be looking at if we do drop right in here at the 15 cent mark. 15 cent is the golden pocket. And we can also see, if we turn off the other indicators, we can also see this. We did also have some price interactivity at this level. So I'd be looking for ultimately on a dip, a buy between the 12 cent to 15 cent level, because this is a 786. This is a golden pocket. So I'd be stacking buys on a laddering system, DCAing as this basically limit order buys on this level and at this level. And one more, let's see, let's do a meme coin for the meme coin lovers out there. And by the way, reminder, we do all memes and micros on Mondays on the BitLab stream here on this channel. The crypto, if we go here to live, you can also see on videos, home. You can see right down here, where is it at? Degen Den, these crypto Degen streams are on Monday. We do all meme coins, how to buy them, how to find them, what's pumping, what to do. Me and Rodney from My Crypto Journey. You should all watch, if you're interested at all in memes, watch this 100x strategy, because he breaks down how he finds them, how he does the contracts, how you can tell if it's going to be a scam, what's the tax going to be so you don't get ripped off. He breaks that down and he calls out some great projects, but these things change on a daily basis. So check out that Monday, 3:15 p.m. Eastern time, Crypto Degen show. But let's go ahead and let's see if we can even find BeamCat. Is it BeamX? You guys let me know in the chat right now. What is the BeamCat? What's the BeamCat ticker? Is it BeamX? Let's just look at this. And it's, I'm waiting for you guys. BCAT. All right. It might not be on TradingView, but let's see. BCAT. Okay, boom. Here we go. BCAT wrapped ETH. So let's go out to the weekly 12-hour, 8-hour. So this is just been providing. This sucks for people that don't know how to trade. If you know how to trade, this is a dream. Why? Volatility up. You could play the spread to the downside and let that reset. If you like it, you can see this. Boom, up, down. This is back up. This is telling me right now, but in this case, we had all negative money flow. See this? But now we have positive money flow, and this VWAP is looks like it's trying to make a move. But on this, I'd be potentially looking for a break of this to come back to the upside, or the range that we are in right now is very important. Why? Because we can see this previous top range, this previous top range right over here. God dang it. Come on. Got to click things 7 times for them to work. There we go. So let's go ahead and move this. Sorry. There we go. So there's some interaction over here, but then rejection, the price action. Let's actually drag this down a little bit because this is a rejection here. And we're in this zone right now. If we lose this zone, we may get another opportunity lower. But if we're able to hold this and show a little bit of roundingness, see this roundingness? Let me show you an example. See this candle right here is showing a likely move to the upside, but it didn't break up. It did reverse, but it's a weak reverse. God dang it. There we go. So this came in, couldn't even take out the 382. So weakness on this reversal. So on this, it's pushing up. Similarly, where we're seeing right now, we have an M formation. I would guess just on a technical basis. Remember, I don't trade a lot of memes. I don't trade any memes. Where the hell's my tool brush? I would guess we have the M formation. Sacre bleu. There you go. Boom, 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 boom. Down, rise, some sort of consolidation here or lower. But I do think that there may be another move to the downside before this moves up on just a technical basis. But these are memes. Sometimes you have to ignore the technicality of this and say, okay, I'm going to throw a moon bag in right here and maybe throw a little bit more in down at these levels right here. Why? Because we see previous range right there, right? This is how I'm looking at this. You look at previous price action, get the map. And if you're going to, I would not recommend putting 5%, 10%, 25%. Play these meme coins, but do it smart. Because if they are going to rip, you know, when they do rip, I mean, that's a 17x right there. So this previous rip from here, that was a 15x. That means 15 times your money. You don't need to put in half your portfolio. The second you do that is going to be when that coin fails. So when you see this, if you are thinking because this is Banana Cat, this is not Beam Cat, but whatever. It's all the same thing. You put in a smaller allocation and ride this rip if it happens and take profit along the way. But with that being said, let's look at one more. This is almost, it's not a meme, but it's a micro cap. This is why it's performed so incredibly, because the market cap was so small when I told you guys about it here. So from this point up, we've already made 200%. And this is partnered with BlackRock, and Coinbase has a lot of money invested in this as well. So this is why, for me, a type of micro cap I want to get involved with. And it does look like it's consolidating. It does have a big bullish initiative impulse and a much smaller one. So there is a little speculation that this potentially could come down and give us another option lower. But as it stands right now, we may also be just playing this range that I'm just seeing right now. Positive money flow. Let's get down to the 1 hour. So still positive money flow. It's trying to flip bearish, but the stochastics have bottomed. Let's see if this does drop down. I'd be, another opportunity here at 54 cents, which is where the bottom side of this projected trend line is. HBAR, I'm just giving you some extras before we go. Yeah, this is, M formation. If we kind of lose this box right here on HBAR, this is previous range highs, chopping the rejection, bounce. If we lose this level, I could see us, making some headway down into the 11 cent, potentially even testing lower. But things are looking good. I'm a bull. I hope you're all a bull. Everybody, a lot of you have been sitting here through the majority of the stream. I appreciate you guys. It really does do a wonder when I can see that I'm holding you all. I want to make sure that I'm making you all engaging content. I want to make sure that I'm teaching you and not just giving you spoon-fed, oh, I want to see meme coins. I'll give you meme coins, but you got to look at Bitcoin, and you got to look at Ethereum, and you got to look at how to manage the network of these different things within these portfolios so that we can crush it. And that's all I got for you in this stream, everybody. I got to run. About to do that member stream. Again, that link is up in the very top of the pinned tweet. I'm actually putting it back in right now. Go and sign up in the free trial. In the free trial link I just posted there. Get involved with us on the Discord. If you sign up, do me a favor, check your email, check your spam folder. There will be an email with 2 steps. Very simple. Join the Discord, and then let's click the link in the second link in there in that email to add your Discord username. Do not add your Discord username first. It won't work. Follow the steps. Step 1, step 2. It will automatically add you access in the premium area. Yet I get 100+ emails from people that the Discord's not working. Well, most people aren't following the steps. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'll see you in the Discord. Adios, muchachos. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for coming. Thank you for riding this damn bull market dragon with me. Let's go. Hit that like button.